Ari has helped me tremendously with my recovery. Before I started Ari in August 2015, I was, let's put it this way, I was a loner. I was on my own. I was very socially isolated. My illness had me ruined, pretty much. And I joined Ari then on from my OT, who told me to go and just join it and see how it is. So I went to the involvement centres and I started mingling with people again, and it got me back socialising again and back being confident in socialising again.
I used to think recovery was cure, and now I know it's about managing life as best you can, building up resources and connecting with people, realising that you're not on your own. I really think we're going in the right direction in involving everybody in, to do with mental health. So everyone's around the table talking together and really listening to what people struggle with, incorporating what we get from listening to people, how that shapes the service for the future.
When Ari came along, it all made sense to me. It was about changing the way a service is delivered to include recovery and have recovery upmost, on the agenda. And, it has made me realise that I am capable of so much as a service user, but it has also given permission to family members to have a voice, and which wasn't really heard of before.
I feel very satisfied with the services now because they've supported me in forgetting about the past, forgetting about my illness, and have got me more into mainstream living.
I see the Advanced in Recovery in Ireland project as a godsend, not only to myself, but to everyone within our community, because I see it as a chance for us to totally get to the crux of the issue, which is the stigma. So destigmatising this whole issue of having a mental health problem. Nowadays, because of Ari, we can openly and freely talk about our mental health problems, and other staff members have come to me and told me about their mental health problems.
Being involved with Ari, I'm on the Ari Mental Health project team in Limerick. I've engaged with the Friends Project. I'm also with the Ari's project, which is the education piece project that we're doing in Limerick. I've been trained as a peer supporter, and this is all through the Ari projects that have been going on around Limerick. I've opportunities to join different groups, and the more I join these different groups, the more learning I get. So the more educated I get around mental health, it's better for me because I have a better understanding, and I can look and support my son better, on his journey. I don't want to be encroaching on his space. He has his own journey, I have my journey. And I've stepped back from the role of being a carer, so I'm really caring about my son rather than caring for him.
Ari's helped my recovery through the training and, basically through the training that I did. I'm a peer support worker, so the training that I did in becoming a peer support worker, the biggest thing that helped me with it helped me realise that even though I kind of came to a build-up and I had a breakdown a few years ago, I've actually been suffering from depression most of my adult life. And I hadn't realised it until 20 years later. And once I came to that realisation, that with all the other supports that were there, with the peer support and being able to talk to peers and share my story with peers and stuff like that, that's really helped my recovery come on leaps and bounds.
This has helped us shift from where we were to where we are today. And I suppose as part of that, we've been able to develop our own service strategy specific to our mental health service from 2015 to 2020. And the whole philosophy of recovery underpins that. And all of the challenges of IMROC, implementing recovery through organisational change, have been hit somewhere along our service. So that's the impact that it has on a service.
Ari has helped me so much. ARI has stretched me. It has brought me out of my comfort zone. It has peer support work, recovery colleges, involvement centres. I'm the vice chairperson of the involvement centre in Carlow, and that's a fantastic centre where people come in and they feel a sense of belonging, they feel a sense of being part of something, they can talk about their mental health freely.
You learn things about how to cope with your condition and how you can go forward and take control of recovery for your own life. I think that's what I found most beneficial, is that you really take back control and feel that I can get on top of this and it's not all down to doctors or somebody else or just medication.
I found people the same as myself asking those questions. Is there another way? And I believe through ARI, through talking to peers, through just sharing, that there is another way. And I found ARI is the way. Peer support and the professional end of it as well. Because I believe a fusion between both is a major weapon against mental health issues.
ARI for me has brought, I suppose, a framework around how I practice in a recovery focused manner. It's also brought into focus the value of the lived experience. ARI has, I suppose, looked at, and allowed us to reflect on practices within the service. It has allowed us to look at the challenges within the service and work towards I suppose, a partnership with the person with the lived experience, with the family member, in around improving the service and making it a better service for not only for the service using the family member, but also for the staff who work within the service. So better outcomes for everybody.
Through ARI, I got involved in what's called the Friends Project. And that was all about training family members to become family peer supporters.
ARI and the recovery element to that, it's an important part of my work. It links in quite strongly with the values of social work. I'm a social worker, and gives me the opportunity to practice them in a very real and vibrant way, I suppose you could say. For example, I've recently done the recovery principles facilitation training, and I suppose that gave me the opportunity to meet with service users, family members, and sort of learn together.